You know our next guest from shows such as Iron Fist, Outer Range, and his Emmy-nominated work in Ozark. He's currently starring in Task. New episodes air Sunday nights on HBO and are available to stream on HBO Max. Let's take a look.
I just need a few days.
What's gonna change in a few days?
Money. $1 million, maybe more. I do understand that I up, okay? I understand that. Just let me take care of my kids. Okay? Maeve, you're the only family I got left.
Please welcome to the show, Tom Pelphrey, everybody. How are you, Tom?
I'm good. Good to see everybody.
It's a good group tonight. I'll let you know that. This is very exciting. Look, you've been in shows that have, grabbed the country's attention, like Ozark, but this is very special. I think that HBO Sunday night slot is a big deal. Does it feel like a big deal to you?
Oh, yeah. Come on. I mean, HBO, it's where all the great ones started. I feel like HBO kind of changed the whole game.
Yeah, it did. It gave us the prestige TV era, and this is certainly one of those. Have you gotten, now that it's finally out, are you getting feedback from friends and family?
Yeah, everybody seems to like it. A little tense,
It's very tense. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. Like, I realized it was tense because, by the way, I'm going to try not to give anything away. I'll only talk about the first episode. In the first episode, there's a scene where you're wearing headphones and, like, listening to music.
Sure.
And, like, I was just like, oh, this is when something bad happens. And again, this comes from, this is the same creator as Mayor of Easttown. So we've had experience in this world. We know things don't always go great. Did you know when you first started reading page 1 of episode 1 that this would probably be a wild ride?
Well, I mean, Brad doesn't write comedies.
That's true.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
He probably could if he set his mind to it. But yeah, he's got a sense of wanting to explore some darker themes, but he does it beautifully. It's not a light show, but I think it's a beautiful show.
It is. I mean, it's a fantastic role to play because you are both. You're somebody who's making some bad choices, but you're also, you're an empathetic character. Like that's how these shows kind of stay with us.
Yeah.
Was that something you appreciated from the beginning? Was going to be the trick of this?
Yeah, I mean, it's not uncommon territory for me to find myself in. I have to start looking in the mirror and ask myself if maybe I make some bad choices. Hopefully, I'm an empathetic character.
That's like a fight you have with a spouse. You're like, yes, I make bad choices,
but I'm an empathetic character.
Yeah. Trust me, there are worse out there, honey. We were talking backstage. You finished it a year ago. This is obviously kind of parallel tracks. You have bad guys on one side. You have the FBI agents who are tracking them down. So a lot of the scenes you're not in. What was it like watching it? Have you watched it in full?
I did. It was really impressive.
Yeah.
Everybody did really beautiful work. I was kind of blown away. Yeah, because of the nature of the thing, there were some people I hardly ever got to work with. Getting to see the show, how it came together, the way they cut it, the music they used. You have no control over that.
Of course.
So when you get to see how it comes together in such a beautiful way, you realize, one, you're just one small part of something. When it goes well, you're just part of a team. And two, you just, oh, thank you.
Yeah. I would imagine that probably 5 or 10 minutes in, you're like, oh, we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
Well, with Brad, he's got a strong track record.
Yeah.
So you kind of feel safe from jump.
The one thing that I would imagine is riskier than even the multifaceted character is, of course, you have to take on this accent, which is one of the trickier accents we have in this great nation of ours. This is the sort of Philly Delco accent.
Yeah.
You knew you had to take it on. You're from Jersey, so you're within you're within shouting distance, but it's two different things.
Yeah, I got in my Jersey natural, I got water.
Yeah.
I've always said water. I'll always say water. What do you put your clothes in? A draw.
Okay.
What do you color with? A crown. That's how I grew up. Even some of my family's a little confused by some of it. But then the things like we're gonna go down the road. It's like, that O sound sounds like it got off the boat from Ireland. It's confusing because it was partially similar, but there's so much about it that's different. And because of Mayor, everybody knows how it sounds, and they did it well.
Also, I'm gonna reckon that people from the Philly Delco area are gonna let you know if they think it sucks.
Bro, I promise you they will. I would be disappointed if they didn't.
But and again, it's not. It feels like maybe there's not, some. I don't know if there's accent coaches that even teach that hyper-specific part of the country. Like, who did you go to like get an ear for it?
Suzanne Selby's her name. She's an excellent accent coach, and she did it so well. And she gives you all these samples and stuff. But part of me I can't sleep at night because I'm like, this is so strange and so specific. I need to hear someone say it, not Kate Winslet on the show, not a clip of somebody who's trying to teach me how to say it. But one of the girls I worked with put me in touch with her cousin, and he loves football.
Yeah.
It's because it's also hard. If I tell you that I'm going to listen to you because I want to hear how you sound, you get self-conscious. Sometimes
100%.
you pull back.
Yeah.
And sometimes you
Yeah.
lay it on.
Yeah.
I curse like a truck driver.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to
Wait, by the way,
focus
no one thought you'd make it this late into the interview. We're very impressed with your restraint up till now.
I mean,
But they did. They were like, "This is my cousin," and did the cousin know you were calling to like?
He knew I was calling to listen to him, but because we're so passionate about football, we could kind of lose ourselves in the conversation.
Yeah.
And I could start to hear how it sounded natural. That was the final link.
It's so funny. My dad's from Pittsburgh, and he does not have a Pittsburgh accent unless he's watching the Steelers. Like, it's funny how, like, I feel like there's something about when your sports brain turns on, like, you just go back to, like, where you were when you first fell in love with the team. So it's so funny. We're like, listen to this guy talk.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, he's like, come on, Steelers. We're like, who are you? So fantastic. Speaking of football, you and your partner and one of our favorite guests of the show, Kaylee Cuoco.
Yeah.
We love her so much.
Yeah.
You have a little girl. Little girl, 2.5, and I've talked to the show before about, like, I love football so much. I don't know if it's been some positive in my life, and I'm a little worried about, like, imparting it onto my children. Have you made the leap yet?
Oh, yeah. It consumes me. It's a curse.
Yeah.
I'm a New York Giants fan. Bleed blue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when I hate them, I love them. Even when I try to not care, they pull me back in. And my daughter has a bunch of Giants gear, and it makes her happy now to put it on and come out and show me she's wearing it.
Great.
So it's like passing on the blessing and the curse. I hope she gets her Eli Manning, like I had.
Yeah, that's what you need. You just want a window.
Yeah.
The bummer is like when they get it too young, like then you're like, oh, it's not always like this.
No.
You know what I mean? Like
you could be Josh Gad, right? A Dolphins
Yeah,
fan.
exactly. And just like
Not good.
that is no kind of life. This is you and Kaylee and your daughter, your beautiful daughter, and this was Halloween, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
So
No, that's just a regular Wednesday in our house.
I'm very good at this job. I immediately knew this was Halloween. She's dressed like you, and you're dressed like her, and you nailed it. I mean, that's really good.
Look at that little unicorn.
Yeah. Really good. And so, and she's got the gear. Do you buy her all the Giants gear?
Oh yeah. Make sure she's well outfitted. We got jerseys. So Kaylee's wearing a number 30. If anybody tries to look up the player, we just got jerseys with our birth date numbers.
Great.
So the 30 isn't necessarily a player, but yeah.
That's really nice. I had a moment last Sunday night. I hadn't watched the game, but I knew the Steelers beat the Jets, and I said to my son, I was like, "Hey, you want to go watch the highlights with me?" He's like, "Yeah." And he sat down like halfway through the highlights. He goes, "I think I'm gonna go read a book." And I'm like, "Oh my God." And part of me was like, "Go with God. You are the escape to the curse."
Yes.
He's like, and literally at one point he goes, "Do people die playing this?" And I was like, "No." And he got up. He goes, "It looks like people die." Congrats on the show. I can't wait to see more of it. And it's just so lovely to have you on, man. What a delight.
Great to be here. Thanks, brother.
Tom Pelphrey, everyone. New episodes of Task here Sunday nights at 9 on HBO and available to stream on HBO Max. We'll be right back.